reduce it? Well, because they got this narrative out there that people were work shy. Public sector coming in for a kicking today, because you can't blame Boris Johnson's appalling premiership on Meghan Markle, Greta Thunberg, Muslims or Brussels. So it would go after the police now and the public sector, because you have to have a target in the morning if your whole life is dedicated to keeping people away from the real targets, the proper targets. So how hard would it be to say, oh, well, the reason we've got rid of sick pay is because of all those skivers? And then one day you wake up sick and you realise you have to go to work, otherwise you won't get paid, and you think, oh my God, I voted for the leopards eating face party, and a leopard is now eating my face. That wasn't meant to happen. It's 11:31, Thomas Watts is here with the headlines.
Rishi Sunak will set out his plans for dealing with the economic impact of the coronavirus this lunchtime. The Chancellor says his spending review will prioritise jobs, with a programme to help more than 1 million unemployed people back into work. A report found the UK spent an extra £10 billion in inflated prices for PPE at the height of the pandemic. The spending watchdog, the National Audit Office, has blamed an inadequate stockpile combined with a surge in demand for safety equipment. Campaigners say the Duchess of Sussex's decision to talk about her miscarriage sends a powerful message to others. Meghan has described her experience of child loss in an essay in the New York Times. And the weather: rain moving southeastwards across England and Wales, turning cooler with sunny spells later, mainly dry and fine in Scotland and Northern Ireland, a high of 13 Celsius.
LBC.
This Black Friday, get super reliable Sky Broadband Super pounds, and now with anytime calls, so everyone can stream, game and share, because we guarantee you get the speed we promised or money back. It's now only £25 a month for 18 months plus £19.95 setup. For new and existing customers, hurry to sky.com. Offer ends November 30th. Prices may change during contract. Sky Fibre area speed varies by locations. Average download speed 59 megabytes. Speed to help must drop below minimum download speed 3 days in a row. 1 month's refund. More at sky.com.
Thought PPI was all over? Think again. Fast Track Reclaim, a claims management company, can check PPI on every credit card, loan and mortgage you've ever had. And with Fast Track Solicitors legal action, you could still claim it back. It's not over yet. Find out. Text YES to 82727. You don't need a claims company to check PPI and can claim through a solicitor of your choice.
Fast Track Reclaim. Text YES to 82727.
This is the sound of business owners bossing their day with Sage.
Fish delivery, bossed. Invoices, sorted.
Clients workout, boss. Expenses smashed.
Tax return done.
Take control of business. New financial tools from Sage. Boss it. Get 6 months free then from £12 at sage.com. Terms and conditions apply.
The first time my housemates see it, they're like, we all get in, seatbelts on, flick that switch to turn on the motor, and we're off. I say, connect me, and the bass goes, and everyone's loving it when we hit the road. Back home from another mini electric journey, we're like, search Mini Electric and don't just drive it, feel it.
Try some delicious vegan canapes from Plant Kitchen. Melt in your mouth macaroni bites, no chorizo pigs and duvets, or some no duck spring rolls with hoisin dip. And to celebrate, they're 4 for the price of 3, available in the freezer. This is not just vegan party food. This is M&S Christmas vegan party food. Selected stores only, T&C supply.
This Black Friday, get a spectacular 50% off Sky Cinema when you take Sky Signature for £25 a month. Enjoy adventures with the family this Christmas by jumping into Jumanji Next Level.
We gotta get out of here!
The Secret Garden.
Follow me!
Or a new premiere every day. For new and existing customers, visit sky.com today. Offer ends November 30th. New 18-month minimum terms for Sky Signature and Sky Cinema. Discount on out-of-contract pricing with 18-month minimum terms. Set up £40, kit loan at no cost.
When your office is sitting in the middle of your living room and the car's sitting in the garage all day, it's fair to say this year has been a little upside down. At least you're saving money on petrol, right? But when you're with Direct Line, you can save money on your car insurance too. With our new mileage money back, if you've been driving less than expected, we'll give you money back from your premium. Solving your problems if you're driving, saving you money if you're not. Come direct for car insurance. We're on it. Direct Line.
Policy must remain in force until end of policy term. Existing customers opt in any time. Minimum 1,000 mileage difference required, excluding van and optional extras.
James O'Brien on LBC. Call 0345 60973.
11:36 is the time. I'm not doing this for sort of faux BBC style balance, but I would quite like you to ring me if you're really pleased about the Christmas relaxation of regulations. I'm not up for a scrap today on this, because there is no perfect answer to it, and everybody's life is different. I think we really nailed yesterday the notion that there will be as many different answers to a question as there are people hearing it in the context of home working from home, and feeling a little bit silly about the way in which we all fell into the trap back in March and April of thinking that it was a football match, thinking that you had to be either 100% in favour of everyone working from home or 100% against, go back to work, go back. That's just stupid, not least because, of course, what will probably emerge from the post-COVID landscape is a mixture, actually, of people doing a little bit more or a lot more working from home than they've done before, without ever cutting the umbilical cord back to the workplace completely. So, again, with regard to Christmas, if you haven't seen any of your family all year for whatever reasons, and taking time off and travelling up and down the country is not possible, that is the 5-day window in which you can traditionally do it. And if that window had stayed shut, it would have been a much harder pill for you to swallow than it would, for example, for me. So why should I get to tell you that you can't do it? Because it's not as big a deal for me and mine as it is for you and yours. And then a wonderful call from, I think it was Jasmine in Morden, pointing out that it's rendered her the Grinch in her own home. She said rather beautifully, I thought she'd rather be the Grinch than the Grim Reaper. And so Boris Johnson, in his attempts to be what another caller has rather winningly described as the Lord of Fun, has once again probably left the door open in the United Kingdom to the Grim Reaper for visits that would not otherwise be necessary. And sometimes I get text, and I honestly disgusting in the hope of getting their text read out on the radio, and then I read it out on the radio and I feel soiled afterwards because I think maybe they only sent it in, they didn't really mean it, they're just desperate to hear it read out on the radio. But in the context of the question regarding Matt Hancock's apparent confusion regarding why workers in Britain are more likely to drag their sick, infected bodies into work than in other countries, I've just received this as an answer. Once they enter the workplace, James, the British are among the worst idlers in the world. We work among the lowest hours, we retire early, and our productivity is poor. Oh, hang on, that's not a text. I'm terribly sorry, that's from a book written by Liz Truss, Priti Patel, Dominic Raab, Kwasi Kwarteng, and another Tory MP called Chris Skidmore. So there you go, Matt Hancock. You should have just asked your mates in the cabinet. Except it's the polar opposite of what they claim. We're not bone idle. We're so reduced and diminished as a workforce by 10 years of austerity that we even go to work when we're going to infect our friends and colleagues. Michael's in Wirral. Would you like to tell the Secretary of State for Health why people go to work when they're sick?
Okay, well, thanks. Certainly in my case, my employers are decent. It's not financial for me. I'm a police officer, so I get paid.
That's a bit different.
The thing is, if I didn't go to work every time I felt rough because of shifts, I'd never be there. So a lot of the times, myself and my colleagues, we drag ourselves in because shifts...
this is my fault a bit. I probably should have been clearer. Being tired isn't contagious, mate.
No, but I'm not talking, if you work shifts around the clock, anybody will tell you where...
No, I know, but I am talking specifically about contagious diseases.
Okay, contagious diseases,
yeah.
Okay. I got coronavirus in the first sort of wave.
Yeah.
I was on nights, I went for a run, and this is why I bring it back to shifts. I went for a run. I felt really, really rough. I couldn't breathe. I came in and I thought, under normal circumstances, I'd drag myself into work because I wouldn't be sure if I was just suffering a sniffle or cold or flu as a result of the constant shifts that we do.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, and I had to make that decision whether I was going to go into work or whether I wasn't.
It feels like I'm arguing with you, and I'm not, and I don't want to. But I do think this distinction is crucial. My wife used to work shifts, used to work nights, and it takes an incredible toll upon your well-being, physical and mental, actually. And that was, she didn't do it for that long, so I completely understand what you're saying. But you don't end up with a coronavirus-style shortness of breath as a result of shift working, mate?
No.
Oh,
Granted. But what I'm saying to you, on that particular day,
Yeah.
I had to make the distinction whether I was suffering from a normal sort of like cold, flu, sniffle that sometimes gets brought on as a result of the constant shifts that we
Yeah,
do.
just a weakness in your immune system. It could be that anyway. It could be why you got coronavirus, couldn't it?
Well, thanks, yeah. But I had to take the colleagues into account. The other thing there was, right, is there's a constant saying around our place, I'm saving the sick.
Yeah.
And what that means is because of shift work, we do get sick, we do get run down, we do get tired. Now, our place said to us right from the start, they said, you know, if you get coronavirus, it's not going to go on your sickness record.
Okay,
which was really, really good of them. Okay, but we're thinking, well, have I got coronavirus, or have I just got the flu, and am I going to blow my coronavirus sort of like immunity window for going off sick?
for taking up some of my finite number of sick days. So you've brought a lot of more issues and variables to the table, but I am going to drag you back to the central question, which is Matt Hancock doesn't understand why so many workers in Britain go to work when they are infectious. Could you tell him?
Well, he's just completely out of touch. I mean, are we really surprised that this government and elected officials understand anything at all?
Well, some of them do. I mean, it's not that. I mean, it's a choice, isn't it? Either you go down the Priti Patel, Dominic Raab, Liz Truss Avenue, and British workers are bone idle, they're among the idlest in the world, or you go down the Matt Hancock Avenue and they're not. They're dragging themselves to work even when they shouldn't. So I'm not here to defend Matt Hancock, but I'd rather have a pint with him than the other three.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, let's face it, he's the sacrificial lamb. He's the one that's being stuck out there day after day.
It does look that way, doesn't it? It does look.
And it's
that
like
way.
seeing a puppy kicked every day. I don't even watch the clips anymore. I actually feel sorry for him.
Yes, well, I'm close to feelings, but you're right. Shifts are going to add a whole new dimension to this. But in the context of a Secretary of State for Health not knowing why people do it, you do, like Michael, have to wonder quite what planet it is that the Secretary of State for Health is actually living on. 11:43 is the time, guys. One of those days, it's all disappeared. Jeff's in Harrow. We've got PMQs on the horizon. Then we've got the public spending review at 12:30. It's all to play for. But for now, Matt Hancock, what do you think he needs to know, Jeff?
Well, obviously, he is out of touch, and to our shame as a country, there are obviously hundreds of thousands of people who can't go into work, who can't go sick because of financial reasons. Myself, it was almost I don't know whether a cultural thing would be the right terminology. You'll have to forgive me.
That's all right.
As a youngster, as a young man starting work back in the late 70s, if I had a sniffle, my mum wouldn't have let me lay in bed. She'd have said, get your backside into work. And I'd go into work with a cough, a cold. I'd have been contagious, obviously. It wasn't coronavirus. So in that context, obviously it's not a one-size-fits-all. I do appreciate that, you know, you've got so many people that are on the breadline, and it is a sick
I used to make. I was telling one of my daughters the other night that I used to get a plastic bowl from the kitchen, and I used to make fake vomit in it, and then sling it all over the bathroom floor so that I could get a day off school. It was before I went away to boarding school. I was so desperate for a day off. So there could be a slight hangover of that attitude when you mention your mum. I'm sort of thinking she's still treating you like a schoolboy who's got double maths and has suddenly developed he stuck the thermometer on the light bulb in the bedroom before giving it back to his mum, and his mum, my God, you've got a temperature of 406. You should have been dead 3 days. And so there was pride in thinking that you were dragging your carcass to work even though you were poorly, and there shouldn't really have been if you were infectious. That's the point.
Absolutely. And also there'd be another element. I mean, that lady from HR was on earlier. I should imagine if you had a boss like Priti Patel, you'd be pretty worried about going sick, because I'm sure you'd get a right rocket.
I don't know where you got the idea that Priti Patel might be a bully from. Could it possibly be from the independent inquiry into whether or not Priti Patel is a bully that concluded that she's a bully, but Boris Johnson decided that she wasn't?
Absolutely, but why do people keep saying alleged bully?
They don't.
Because it's been proved she is people in the media, not you.
No, okay. Oh, I don't know. Probably because they're idiots, Jeff. Don't mention any names. I wouldn't want to embarrass myself. It's 11:45.
Nick Ferrari at breakfast. LBC.
Ministers saying they cannot rule out leaseholders in England having to meet some of the costs of removal of flammable cladding from their homes. £1.6 million has been made available for this, but the true cost is at least 10 times that amount, if not considerably more. Hayley Tillotson, who's been caught up in this.
It's really not looking good for me at all. I'm actually going to be going bankrupt.
Once declared bankrupt, can you stay in the property?
It will be repossessed, and I don't honestly have anywhere to go.
How do you feel about the buildings company in sight and the government?
I just feel that we've been lied to for so long.
Nick Ferrari at breakfast. Weekday mornings from 7. LBC.
At Tesco, every little helps goes way beyond helping with your shopping. A little help is
Donating 2 million meals a month to local communities.
Or supporting 350 young farmers to get started.
A little help is training over 1,000 community cooks with Jamie Oliver.
or helping us build a new football pitch.
It's 5,000 free phones from Tesco Mobile.
So we can all stay connected.
A little help makes a big difference.
Tesco. Every little helps. Equivalent meals based on average monthly donations in 2019 and 2020 and 420 gram meal weight.
Lola should be saying a virtual hello to her new clients right now, but instead she's saying awkward. Why, Lola? Why set up a fancy new loft office if your Wi-Fi doesn't reach it? Never fear. With BT Complete Wi-Fi, you'll be back with a bing. Only BT guarantees reliable Wi-Fi in every room or £100 back. Why choose anyone else? BT. Beyond limits. Up to 3 discs to guarantee 10 Mbps in every room or £100 off your next bill. Terms apply.
At Ring, we've reinvented the doorbell. So no matter where you are, you can watch over your home and the things you care about. Ring Video Doorbell streams HD video and two-way talk straight to your phone, so you can speak to whoever's at your door from anywhere.
Delivery.
Oh, great. Can you leave it round the back, please?
Sure, no problem.
See, hear and speak to whoever's at your door from wherever you are with a Ring Video Doorbell. For great Black Friday savings on selected devices, go to ring.com and major retailers today.
Missed the PPI deadline? Don't worry. Fast Track Reclaim, a claims management company, can check PPI on every credit card, loan and mortgage you've ever had. And with Fast Track Solicitors legal action, you could still claim it back, even after the deadline. Find out. Text YES to 82727. You don't need a claims company to check PPI and can claim through a solicitor of your choice.
Fast Track Reclaim. Text yes to 82727.
Somewhere there's a story of a missing Christmas letter. Not here though, because Lidl's award-winning drinks are better. With the world's best Cremant de Loire brew for $8.49 and Hortus gins and liqueurs from just $9.99. Lidl. Because of Christmas, you can believe it. Subject to availability, selected stores, excludes an eye.
When was the last time somebody bought something from your website? In fact, if you didn't have to pay money to search engines, would you be able to sell anything at all? With Golgi, you don't even need a website to sell your stuff online. Just go to golgi.com, add your name and product list, and start selling. Simple, right? The best part, Golgi doesn't take upfront fees or commission. It's all about you and your customers. So why make selling online complicated? Let Golgi do the hard work for you. Want to sell? Golgi.
That's GOLLGI.com.
Dell's Black Friday mega deals are live during our biggest business sale of the year. Save up to 50% on selected tech, including Dell's award-winning monitors. Speak with a Dell advisor today and get the right tech solution for your business this Black Friday. Call 0800 085 4878 or visit dell.co.uk/Black Friday work to shop Dell's biggest sale of the year. Limited availability. T's and C's apply. This Black Friday, get super reliable Sky Broadband Superfast for just £25. And now with anytime calls. So everyone can stream, game and share. Because we guarantee you get the speed we promise or money back. It's now only £25 a month for 18 months plus $19.95 setup. For new and existing customers, hurry to sky.com. Offer ends November 30th. Prices may change during contract. Sky Fibre area speed varies by locations. Average download speed 59 megabytes. Speed to have must drop below minimum download speed 3 days in a row. 1 month's refund more at sky.com.
Leading Britain's conversation. LBC with James O'Brien.
It's 10 minutes to 12. You're listening to James O'Brien on LBC, where we are contemplating Christmas and Matt Hancock's apparent confusion regarding the fact that British people are more likely to drag themselves to work when they're poorly than others. And we're just trying to give him a quick heads up on that with a few variations. I'd also love to know, I really would like you to call me It's so difficult to tell what's real and what isn't real on social media, but so far, the only people who seem to be feeling anything remotely warm towards Boris Johnson's relaxation of Christmas regulations, COVID regulations over the Christmas period, are people who don't think that we should be wearing masks or taking vaccines, for whom I think the technical term is absolute clowns, apparently, according to my scientific advisor. So who is actually pleased stroke relieved? Because otherwise we've just got Jasmine's husband, i.e. someone who kind of knows that they shouldn't be doing this thing, but the government have said that they can, so now he's going to insist that they do. And that means that the regulation relaxation has done nothing except make people who weren't going to take unnecessary risks take unnecessary risks. All very sad. Andrew's on the Isle of Wight. Andrew, would you like to tell the Secretary of State for Health why sick people go to work in Britain?
Hello, James.
Hello, Andrew.
It's always really been the case with regards to food safety.